for our supporters, for the players. It's one to be get excited about. Being our 125th year, and the history that goes with that, and the way that the club has been over the playing its rugby for 125 years. As having been at the history talk was pretty impressive, and it's now important for us to get into the start of the season and perform at our very best.
Yeah, I mean, Bristol are going to be already being talked about as among the favourites, if not the favourite for promotion. Does that put extra pressure on you, or do you not really think about those kind of things?
Well, it's very kind of people to talk that way, and but it's down to how you play, and this is the first game of the season, championship game, and it's important that we perform at our very best and put into practice what we've been trying to do on the training field.
Yeah, and of course it's that famous extra game to start with, isn't it? I mean, as a coach, are you in favour of that extra game?
Well, it's what has been deemed by the RFU to be the way the championship's run this year, and we're supportive of it because of that. I think what we've got to look at with the way that each side will approach Bristol, I think for each team that we play against, is going to be their cup final, and they're going to go out and try and disrupt and perform against us. This game's on Sky, so there'll be a lot of attention around the game, and I think it's important that we put out a good showing in our first effort out.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Pirates are going to be a tough team to start against, aren't they? I guess they're one of the teams you'd expect to be in the mix coming the end of the season.
Yeah, Pirates have been a very good side. With the whole of Cornwall with them and supporting them, I think they've performed well over the years, and certainly playing away from home, Bristol have struggled against the Pirates. So we expect a really tough game again.
Yeah, and a neutral venue this time around. Is that something that hopefully you can use to your advantage? You played there in the pre-season.
Well, it's a great stadium and a really good pitch. Not too sure about what the wind's going to do. There's going to be some wind, but it gusts in different ways. But yeah, it'd be a good atmosphere, and we're just looking forward to starting, and we'll be able to build from this first game.
Yeah, absolutely. And on the injury front, have you got any players that are already ruled out from after a hard pre-season campaign? Yeah,
we've got a number of players, and that have picked up injuries through the matches that we had. Unfortunately, George Watkins picked up an injury against Exeter and is out, and Ben Moss has picked up an injury against Clifton, which is deemed him unavailable for this game. So that's been unfortunate for us, but you need to play those games, and the blows that they've had have affected injuries on the players. So that's disappointing for each player, but it's an opportunity for other people that come in.
Yeah, Nicky Robinson, is he likely to be in contention for this one, or is it still too early for him?
Well, Nicky had hit out in a trial game, and we expect him to be fit to be up for selection this weekend.
Which would be a bonus, of course. I mean, you've got lots of players with Premiership experience, but having someone in that sort of key position, if you like, is key to moving forward, isn't it, as well?
Yes, and we have to give Nicky a bit of space and time as well. Joining a new club, but also with the injury that he's had and getting himself back fit, it's important that he's given time to be able to do that.
Yeah, are you happy with the way that the new signings have all settled in?
I think they've responded well, coming into a new environment. But also, I think the players that have been here over the last couple of years have created a very good environment, and the team spirit is good. There's competition for places, which is what you want, and there's an ambition to be successful. And I think that those three elements make it a place to be.
Yeah, and are you looking forward to the new season on a personal level? You're ready for the new campaign?
Oh, you're always looking forward to the competitive games, and you get judged on the performances of the side, and that's what I'll be judged on from this weekend.
Good luck, Andy. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Obviously, it's about peaking in May, June, which seems a long way off when we sit here in early September. But how also important is a good start and hitting the ground running this weekend?
Well, I think it gives confidence to the whole squad if you do perform well, and you're able to put in play what we've been practicing, and that's the key element of any performance, is not leaving it on the training ground, but also you're judged on your performances week in, week out, each Saturday or each Sunday. So you're not judged on what you do in training. The training is about changing behaviours and being able to get the guys to establish a way of playing the game and working on the skills and the tactics. But we've then got, under the pressure of the 80 minutes, we've got to be able to affect that in the game, and that's the step that we're going into the unknown a little bit, to start with, and that's the step where we've got to make improvements based on what we did last year.
Are you pleased with what you got out of pre-season in terms of the things you learned, both positive and negative?
The pre-season games were very good for us. Firstly, playing against two very top sides, and sides that can, we believe will be in the mix at the end of the Premiership season. Playing away from home, so learning a little bit about us, what we're doing there. But also, playing the Clifton game was good for us as well, because it enabled us to work on a few things in terms of our attacking game and have a little bit less pressure on the ball. But we want to raise what we're doing in terms of our game, and playing the likes of Bath and playing Exeter, who are at the very top of the game. That's the aspirations that we have to get to there.
You have some very good reference points from late last season, obviously winning at Newcastle. I mean, did you keep those fresh in the mind, or have they been usurped almost by what happened at Exeter and Bath and against Clifton?
No, they're still kept in your mind. So the level of the performances that we got to at the end of the season was pleasing, but you start again, and that's the big part for any game that you have. Once you've played the game, the following week you've got to start again, and it's the same here for the season. We can't be judged on what happened, or can't base our game on because we beat Newcastle. Right, we're going to perform well this weekend. We're playing the Pirates. The game starts at 3:30, and it's important that we are in the moment when the kick-off starts.